So nothing you've said today makes me feel like these aren't things we can't work on. We can work on all of these things. So, it used to be thought that we have this crystallized knowledge at a certain age, but actually not too long ago, they realized that actually we can learn for our entire life. So there's something called neuroplasticity that allows us to kind of make bigger connections in some areas and kind of limit connections in other areas. And we can always change those. And actually the creator of CBT, or the one who's credited with that, Dr. Aaron Beck, said that he was still working on himself at age 100 when he died. So it's never too late for us to change our thinking, but it's not easy. It's like going to the gym. You're not going to get that six-pack abs, after a couple times. You have to continue to work on it and you have to maintain it. But we'll learn ways to work on those things. Also, it's not that sometimes we have this idea that we are an anxious person. We are an insomniac. We are this type of person, but it's really that we are someone that has anxiety. It's just something that we can work on improving. So it doesn't mean that that's who we are. It means that we have something that we just need to work on improving. Any questions about that so far? Nope. Okay, so each time you come, do you have a notebook at home or a journal that you could kind of dedicate to our sessions? Yeah. Okay, so I want it to be just for these sessions, not for anything else. Each time you come, I want you to bring it with you for a couple of reasons. So I want you to be able to, take notes of things you don't want to forget. We're also going to write our action plans in there. So what are we going to do this week to show ourselves we're going to make some moves? And you're also going to give yourself credit. And we'll kind of talk about what that means. So what I mean by credit is anything that you do that's even just a little bit hard for you. So maybe you had some carrots at lunch. Great, write that down. Maybe you had a good interaction with one of your subordinates. Awesome, write that down. If it's not practical for you to keep track in a journal throughout the day, at least do it as part of your sleep hygiene routine. So right before you go to bed, kind of go through your day and think about, oh yeah, that happened. I got all the laundry done, and again, they can be very small. So what's something today that you did that you could give yourself credit for? Remember, it doesn't have to be big.
Well, I had the day off today, so I did walk my dog.
Oh, good job. And I would say, was it difficult for you to come here to this appointment?
Yeah, well, I obviously feel that I have a hill to climb.
Okay, good, good. So that would be something you would write down, okay? So again, I do want you to do that throughout the day if you can. If that's not possible, at least do it before you go to bed at night, okay?
Okay.
And then also, we've talked about a lot of things today. We talked about sleep, eating healthier, feeling more comfortable, in the community, work, exercise, socializing. Is there something here that you feel like you could maybe chip away at this week? What's something you think you'd want to work on?
I think the personal, taking care of myself more is probably something I can start with.
Okay. And what could you do? Could you bring like some healthier snacks to work? Could you prep ahead of time? Like
what's
something you could do?
Meal prepping and try and make sure I have a breakfast and lunch for my week.
Okay. And how can you make sure that you do that? Would you food prep on Sunday night, or how could you make sure you
that
have
would
the
be
food?
probably some
Sunday?
window to do that, yeah.
Okay, okay. Okay. And also, going back to the credit, the reason we do this is because it's very easy for us to see all the things we didn't do. So our whole day went really, really well. But then this one thing, this 1 minute didn't go well. Maybe we had not a good interaction with somebody, or maybe we made a mistake at work. And that takes up our whole day. But it's really not fair for us to judge our day by that 1 minute when the rest of our day went really well. So it's a way for us to start restructuring our thinking. So actually, I did a lot today, but when we're not feeling good, it's hard for us to see those things. So that's why we want to write it down, because then we have this evidence. We're like, oh, I don't just feel like I did a lot. I actually did a lot. Look at all this evidence I have. So we're making it so that it's easy for you to see how successful you've been, and so that we can pay attention to those things. The reason I don't want you to put anything that didn't go well, that you didn't like in there, is because that's already easy for us. We don't need to pay attention to that anymore.
Yeah.
So just things that you're proud of, that went well, anything like that. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions? Any other questions? Okay.